Picture this. A lion crouches in tall grass. The herd grazes ahead, unaware. The lion doesn't growl, doesn't announce its presence. It watches, tracks every movement, catalogues every weakness. And when the moment arrives, one strike, decisive, final. What if the most powerful weapon you had was silence? Not the silence of fear, the silence of calculation. In a world obsessed with noise, the predator operates differently. It doesn't need to be seen to be dangerous. Today we're diving into strategic silence. How to observe, anticipate, and strike without ever raising your voice. Let's begin. The predator mindset isn't about aggression, it's about efficiency. The apex predator doesn't waste energy, doesn't react to every provocation. It waits. It chooses its battles with surgical precision. Compare this to human behavior. Someone succeeds. We react defensively. Criticism comes. We fire back. Competition appears. We rush to prove ourselves. This is prey behavior. Reactive, emotional, predictable. The predator operates from strategic cognition, the ability to suppress immediate responses and calculate outcomes first. The most successful negotiators and CEOs share this trait. They gather information while revealing nothing. The great white shark circles for hours, testing, probing, looking for vulnerability. It doesn't announce the attack. The person who speaks first usually loses. The person who reveals emotions first gets exploited. The person who acts impulsively gets outmaneuvered. What separates the predator from the pretender? Patience. Because timing isn't just important, timing is everything. Silence is psychological violence. It destabilizes. It forces others to reveal themselves while you remain hidden. Think about the last time someone didn't respond. What did you do? You filled the void. You explained yourself. You exposed your position. Humans are wired to resolve ambiguity. When someone withholds reaction, it creates cognitive tension. And in that tension, people make mistakes. Consider the interrogator who just stares. The suspect confesses to things they weren't even accused of, or the negotiator who makes an offer, then goes quiet. The other party negotiates against themselves. Steve Jobs was famous for this. He'd sit silent in meetings while others exposed their thinking. Then he'd speak once and redirect everything. Every word you speak is intelligence you give away. Every silence you hold is intelligence you deny them. But the predator doesn't just wait, it reads. Most people don't observe. They wait for their turn to speak. They miss the micro-expression, the pause before an answer, the voice change when someone lies. These are tells, and people tell you everything. Psychologist Paul Ekman found humans display involuntary expressions lasting less than a second. Fear, disgust, contempt. They leak out, always. Here's the key: establish a baseline first. Watch how someone behaves when comfortable. Then introduce pressure and watch for deviations. Arms crossing, leaning back, voice pitch rising. They've just told you something without words. This requires emotional detachment. If someone insults you and you react, you've lost. But if you absorb it without flinching, you gain information. They're trying to provoke you. Now you know their strategy, and you can counter it. Here is the simple strategy you may want to adapt. 4 steps. Simple, brutal, effective. Step 1. Observe. Before anything, watch. Gather data. Understand the players, their motivations, their patterns. The hawk doesn't dive immediately. It circles. It confirms. Step 2. Anticipate. Predict their next move. Model the next 5 moves. What will they do if you do X? What's their fallback? The snake knows where the prey will move before the prey knows. While others react to the present, you're living in the future. Step 3. Position. Move to position, not to attack. The leopard stalks, closes distance incrementally. Only when position is perfect does it commit. Control the location, the timing, the information flow. Create conditions where victory is inevitable. Step 4. Act. Strike decisively, completely, no hesitation. The lion doesn't half commit. When it moves with total conviction. You don't explain, don't justify, you act. Let the results speak. The predator spends 90% of its time preparing, 10% executing. Most people reverse this, act impulsively, then manage consequences. The predator does the opposite. That's why it dominates. Strategic thinking isn't a tactic, it's a way of being. Power isn't loud, it's quiet. Strength isn't in how much you say, it's in how much you withhold. The predator doesn't roar before the hunt. It doesn't need validation or recognition. It simply is. You have this capacity to observe while others react, to think while others speak, to wait while others rush. Most will never understand this. They'll mistake your silence for weakness. Let them. Because while they're talking, you're watching. While they're reacting, you're calculating. While they're playing the current game, you're setting up the next one. The predator doesn't need to be understood. It only needs to be effective. Move with intention, speak with purpose, strike with precision. Remember, the predator doesn't roar. It watches and waits.